Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to take a walk through Moscow, Russia during these times of crisis, during the times of the Ukraine conflict. This is Moscow city in the background and we are just taking a walk towards Arbor. If you would notice, even during these difficult times, city of Moscow looks absolutely clean. There is no bombs, there is no homeless, there is no drug dealers, there is no hardly any criminals. There is almost no crime compared to the United States. And I would say this is the case with almost every other major city in Russia and probably in the former Soviet Union. There's a huge contrast when compared to American cities, and I know because I lived in America for 25 years. So here you see new buildings. This is a pink Mercedes. A lot of people, there is quite a lot of rich people in Russia, and a lot of them like to show off their wealth, so they buy expensive cars. Of course, right now it's a bit harder with all the sanctions. Like I've just seen a video of like hundreds and hundreds of cars in Belgium. This was a delivery guy that just passed us on a bike. He's delivering food. So Russia has apps like Uber and delivery food apps and things like that. So anyway, I just saw a video of a huge amount of cars stuck in Belgium due to sanctions, expensive cars. So, there is a myth about Russia that Russia is poor. It's both true and untrue. It is poor in a lot of ways, but it's also very, very rich, and it's rich in resources, and there is a lot of rich people here. So as we walk by, you see a lot of buildings, right? And you see a mix of old and new buildings. You see a mix of, for example, this yard or this inner yard right here, it has a guardrail, and this keeps people from parking there. So parking is a bit of a premium in Moscow, just like anywhere else, and the residents of these buildings, they put gates on roads so that only they would be able to park inside. This is some kind of construction, a bit of construction debris and things like that. The area that we're walking through is very, very expensive. It is one of the best places in the whole country to live. A lot of rich people live here. This says Ukrainian Boulevard. It still stands. So a lot of things and streets are named after Ukraine and Russia. There's a metro station called Kievskaya, which is named after Kiev. Some of them have been renamed due to the craziness that's going on. But anyway, this is a very desirable area to live. Apartments are quite expensive here, and I'm going to do a separate video about buying apartments in Russia. It is absolutely insane. It is very dangerous to buy an apartment because there is a lot of fraud going on. So if you're thinking of buying an apartment in Russia, I wouldn't recommend it. So here we're nearing the Arbor Street in the center of Moscow. This is one of the bridges, and it has a little like screen on it, the round thing, which displays messages. Here's the Moskva River, or the Moscow River. And on this river are more apartment buildings, which are very expensive and very exclusive. But again, notice how clean the streets are, how safe it is to walk around. Like downtowns of, any American city, you would not be able to walk around like this. It would just not be a good place to do that. Whereas in Russia, the center of Moscow, well, there are some so-so areas in Moscow too, but as you can see, this is absolutely beautiful and pleasant to walk around. Here we got on one of the bridges to cross the Moscow River, and it was raining, the weather it has just gotten warm, so we had a late winter this year where it was cold all the way through April, so we're basically at the beginning of summer. This is a bridge towards, on the other side of this bridge is the famous Arbor Street, and there's also a new Arbor, which is a street that runs parallel the old Arbor Street, and it has cafes and everything. So here we're walking towards the Arbor. On the right you would see a building, and on top of the building it says Ozone. So, and on the left is a government building. I'm gonna film it a little bit up closer. So the building on the very left, which is not in frame right now, is famous because it was shot at during like Yeltsin era when they tried to, here, this is the building. The building, there are videos of it being shot by a tank. This was back in like 96 or something like that, where this is a police boat, where they were trying to like take Yeltsin out. I'm not even sure exactly again what was going on, but there was some military conflict. This is an accident someone had, and these are police cars like investigating it, but you know, not too actively. Most of them just stand around. This is a boat that you can take. I think the cost for this boat is about $15. Here we cross the bridge. We're walking towards the new Arbor. There's some like beauty salons and things like that. Again, a very exclusive, expensive area with apartments running into like millions of dollars. That only, you know, this is an elite area in Moscow that like regular people don't live in that much unless, you know, they got an apartment from the Soviet times. But again, even if you don't live in this area, right, it's about maybe 30 minutes by subway from, you know, Moscow's, you know, so you can live almost anywhere in Moscow and you can walk around here within 30 minutes of a simple subway ride. So it's not, you know, you don't have to live here, you know, because transportation is so easy. You don't have to use a car. There's subways, there's metro buses, there's all kinds of, you know, transportation options to get around, which are pretty damn good, I think, even compared to anywhere in the world. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks.